Yeah, Shelley Conrad, shared
Good afternoon.
for 6 days.
Welcome to our Institute of Global Professional free webinar. Thank you all for joining and stay with us till the end, my lively audience. Today I am your host for the afternoon and my name is Badhangash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear audience, I am proud to be a associate with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our Institute of Global Professionals free webinar. Thank you all for joining us today in this marvelous afternoon, and it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you to stay with us till the end. Institute of Global Professionals serves students and community resource providing holistic social work and education for create a component generation. IGP is a leading online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute providing social work with global recognized. We organized our webinar training offline online courses by best and trained speaker coaches from all over the world. Our mission is to empower people. We have already completed successfully 1072 webinars. Dear participant, let's introduce with our speaker ma'am. Hello ma'am, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. I'm fine, ma'am.
Good
Thank you.
afternoon ma'am. Ma'am, please say something about yourself and then you can start your presentation.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. I want to thank everyone and immensely. It's a great pleasure to be the part of IGP. I express my gratitude to all the people of IGP, all the organizers and all the members and all the audience, those who are watching our session. It's IGP is a platform where we can share our knowledge global wise. Education is not a preparation, education is the life, education is learning what you even don't know. So, with a short introduction, I would like to start my presentation with the name of Almighty Allah. I would like to start my presentation. My name is Muhammad Afifa. I'm from Andhra Pradesh, India, and I have completed my master's in language. I'm a language facilitator. I have completed 400 hours TEFL from Asian College of Teachers, Kolkata, and I have completed my master's in commerce and have completed my master's in special education, autism, and learning disabilities. I have completed my bachelor's of librarian course and I have done translation in Hindi and English language. Right now, I'm working in International Delhi Public School in Andhra Pradesh as I'm working as a primary coordinator. So, with this note, I would like to start my presentation. The strength of the nation greatly depends on the strength of its education system. With this beautiful quote, I would like to start. I would also you to know your name. I would like to know your name. I would like to know your country. So please mention your country name and please post your questions. Are you excited for the presentation? Just give me thumbs up. So the topic is effective classroom management and teacher leadership. So before I start the session, I would like to know what is meant by effective classroom management. As we all know that the role of the teachers is an important role in our country. The classroom teachers, it's not a simple one. It's a very important, crucial role. It plays a crucial role in child's education, in child's life. Can you please tell me anyone just what is your opinion of what is meant by effective classroom? How a teacher needs to manage a classroom, what are the things, what are the basic criteria what the teacher need to follow. We'll start with the first. A classroom management refers to ABC classroom management. What is ABC? ABC. Clarify the tasks and instructions. A leadership. A classroom, a leader is not only the person. A leader is also the person who shows the way, who guides the other students in a proper way. A teacher always resembles as a role model, as a leader to a class. He has to control a overall vision of the classroom. He should have a complete a knowledge of particular to overall thing. Like a team, he need to rule a team, management, responsibility. 360 degrees, 24 by 7, a teacher should have the vision of the students. Clarify the tasks and instructions. Scaffold method. Explain model guide method. What is meant by scaffold method? Scaffold methods is nothing but giving slow instructions to the students very clearly. When a teacher is giving instruction to the students, a teacher needs to follow the instructions, the way of giving instructions. The child will only listen the instruction the way teacher will express them. The instruction should not exceed more than 7 words. The instruction should contain specific, brief, exactly the point what a teacher is expecting the child to do in the short. It should be short because when we are giving instructions to the students, the child may not take a lengthy conversations, may not listen continuously for hours. When the teacher is describing or explaining the students in a clear and a shortcut way, so it's easy thing to grasp the students. Scaffold method. Explain, clarify, and open up. It means a teacher or a facilitator, when they're explaining a particular topic in the classroom, they have to, in front of the student, they have to bring the topic, they have to connect to the real life experiences. When they're discussing about the family, environment, pollution, what the things the teacher has to get from the child, rather than disclosing the answer, the teacher has to get the answers from the students. Like openly the teacher has to give so many hints. It is called nothing but a scaffolding method. Explaining, clarifying, and opening up. Model teacher will do first. A good teacher always resembles as a model teacher. Here, model teacher will comes to the teacher will first do the demonstration. Means before instructing to the students, before guiding to the students, the teacher would like to take initiation. In front of the students, the teacher will perform the activity so that the child will learn by teacher. Child centered learning method, this is called as a child centered learning method. In this area, the child will learn through by teacher, not by listening, not by doing. Along with the teacher, the child will do the activity. Go and do along with the student. Before giving instructions to our students, child, we have to do like this, child, we need to do like this, the teacher need to do along with the student. Yes, my teacher is doing, so same thing we need to follow that. This create enthusiasm, curiosity in the students to learn something new. Most of the students we face it's like stage fear, not opening up themselves. It's not like they doesn't want to. Sometimes that the child may not be open very freely with our student, with our teachers. We teachers need to create something classroom in innovative way. We need to go personal, we need to check the students up to what they are done, what they have done, where they are lagging, in which area they are unable to present. Like in overall areas, the teacher has to manage the classroom, the activities. Like they have to guide if the child is lagging to particular present in front of a group. When we conduct a group activity, the child is difficult to present, the child can do written part, is very good, while presenting, while sharing, is having some problem. So the teacher need to find out that he need to inculcate that thing. He need to take initiation, he need to rectify that. This is the learning pyramid. The knowledge retention reads passive teaching method and participatory teaching methods. Here we can see that the lecture, the teacher's lectures will starts only with the 5%. The teacher's what interprets in the classroom, the teacher what presents in the classroom, it stands only for 5%. And the 10% is giving for reading, 20% audio visual. Audio visual. Visual, as we know, the generation is total in technology. Every student, every child is very well known with the technology system, tabs, laptop, phone, everything. So they would like to listen rather than books. They would like to prefer with audio visual. The pictures with the visuals, they can adopt the knowledge. Demonstration, explanation of the particular content. Discussion groups, discussion in the sense group discussions, debates, competitions, like activities which we have to introduce in our classroom management. So this makes the student to participate in that. This makes the child to understand. If a child is having a particular what the teacher has taught in a particular topic, if he has understood from there, after completion of the class, the knowledge what he gained, it's good. But when we are inculcating some other students, when you are giving a chance to the other students, they will come and present themselves. They will discuss when they are coming outside from the bench, they're coming in the stage and they're presenting to the audience. They will come to know what the friend is thinking, what is their opinion about the topic, because all the fingers of our hand it's not same. The same way, every child may not get the same information, same data what the teacher is taught teaching. They may understood in different way, their way of understanding is different, their way of critical thinking is different. So they need to have some group discussions. Next, practice by doing it. It is approximately 75%. Practice in the sense conducting in activities, role models, role plays, everything in the classroom. It's instead of explaining a story, Sherlock Holmes in English. There's a favorite, very most prominent story, Sherlock Holmes, supplementary topic. So while doing this one, instead of saying the story character, this and this, that character, instead of saying this thing, we can take them as conducted as a role play, that they will enact like as a role play, that they will be the main character of the story, and she will be the main character and he will be the main character. When they are enacting, when they're acting like as the role models, they feel them to they are the biggest, they are the hero and heroines are the important persons, and they can get the topic very well. And it influences in the child's mentality at 75%. Last one, 90%, it's teach others, like giving presentation to others, calling any child and ask them to present in front of their friends, in front of the audience, in front of the teachers. It also impact in the student's life. This is the learning pyramid. Classroom seating, the next important part of the classroom arrangement is classroom seating. Do we think so the classroom seating plays an important role? Yes, it plays an important role. We need to teachers need to modify, change the places. Traditional seating method, round table seating method, semicircle seating method, paid pods method, group pods method, double horizontal. So these are the different seating arrangements. Seating arrangement makes the classroom refreshment. It makes the child that yes, my teacher is observing me, my teacher is observing me. This type of methods will make the child attention very easily in the classroom. While as in the classroom, for example, if you are taking rough figure of 20 members in the classroom, we teachers can't concentrate on the 20 members. So when we are changing the places frequently, arrangement, seating arrangement, it tells us, it says us, yes, my teacher is observing me. He or she is paying concentration on me. This type of things will makes the classroom efficient. Just learning need analysis. Smile and keep smiling. Do we think so? The smiling will plays an important role in the teacher's life. Do we think so? Yes, smile is the important thing. It gives a pleasant attitude of the teacher. Positivism. It gives a positivity and hope to the students. Whether the child is not performing well, is not good performing good in her exams, a teacher needs to take in a very positive way. They need to explain with the positivity and smile. When we are smiling, it gives a hope to the students. Yes, my teacher is always supporting me. He or she is always very good towards me. Even though if I have done some error in my examinations, my teacher is always like a backbone to me. He always used to smile me, he always used to support me. This thing plays a key role in child's education. Socializations, you can see in the picture, socialization, giving pleasant warm hands to each other, like a team spirit, respecting each other differences, good conduct, it's nothing but a good conduct of learners, connections, keeping a good bond with others, spirit, increasing the spirit, respecting the differences, we have to respect each other differences. If a child in the classroom, when we're asking a question, if the child is giving appropriate and accurate answer, we will prize them in front of other students. At the same time, when the other student is not giving, is not up to the mark, so we are not supposed to prize them, but it takes negative impact on the student's life. Rather than, we should understand from their mentality, we should understand their differences, rather than directly saying them you have done a mistake. We have to try to tell them, as a teacher it's our responsibility to tell them the differences. We should respect their differences, we should respect their point of view, on what basis they have said that answer. So this makes an important key role in the student's life. Next, recognize. These are the areas where the teacher needs to follow each and every step of teaching field. Every area, feeling. The teacher has to go through the each and every child's mentality. As I have said that, understand the despite differences of each and every child. Problems, many problems with a child may not be interpreted, they not be expressive, until and unless when we go and express with them, until and unless we are being very friendly with them, they won't. Some kids will easily will say us, ma'am this is what, sir this is what, but some of them may not express it. But as a teacher or facilitator, we need to take initiation and we need to move forward. Next, preconceived notions, known them, active listening, love them unconditionally. Here, love them unconditionally plays a key role. Means here the teacher has to, each and every time, they has to love them unconditionally. Unconditional in the sense they need to keep on motivating them. On each and every step they have to understand. Yes, because all child may not grasp in the same time. All child may not present in the paper the same answer. They have their own type of understanding, own type of thinking, own type of presentations. They want to present them in their style. But as a teacher, we need to understand that we need to identify them children, we need to make them to listen in active way. We have to plan our classes in active, so that in a purposefully like creativity teaching, when we are doing such type of things, it makes the child to think something attractful, enthusiasm, curiosity, so to attracting towards the teacher. So loving them unconditionally is part of the important key role. Love each and every child in your class very unconditionally. Organizing the time. This is the area where most of the teachers are facing a difficulty in teaching. When in efficient management, the teachers are somewhat of lagging in this organizing of time. The first one reflects time management. Teaching aids, learners, check placements, bring potential, organizing the time. So we teachers have a lesson plans. When we are entering into the classroom, when you're prepared for a particular topic, we will have our own plan. We'll design our plan as the beginning, as a warm-up section, icebreakers, activities, then again a demonstration activities, then again final conducting of test. So this we are planning at the some situations, it sometimes usually due to some in health issues of environment, due to in health issues of a child, or sometimes the teacher, we may not be continuing our classes efficiently, we cannot plan our class. Somewhat we will feel something is missing. Quality, urgent versus important. A teacher need to identify the difference between urgent and important. Urgent in the reference, there is a minor difference between the word urgent and important. Urgent reflects as something we need to tell in the topic, and we have to inculcate into the student's mindset, and we must ensure that reflects as urgent. Important in the sense something we have planned to tell something, if not today, if tomorrow also we can continue that. That reflects as an important. Next, a learning time. We have to divide our class plan into if it's a class of a 45 minutes, divide first 10 minutes as a brain warming session or icebreaker activity, 30 minutes for demonstration. So 30 plus 10, 40, and the last 5 to 10 minutes we can divide it is for a conduction of test and asking the questions or asking hot questions, higher order thinking questions. These plays a crucial role when we are asking the student hot questions, where we will come to know the quality of the subject, the quantity of the subject, how much we are giving to the students, up to how much extent our students are receiving our content. Basing on this we can plan our next day sessions. If we feel at any time my students haven't get that much content, they're unable to catch this topic, these topics are difficult for them, they are unable to cope up with this, they can't present, they didn't understand properly. If as a facilitator, if I feel like this, we need to think to plan that lesson plan in another day. We can plan an easiest way. We can add some activities, because activity is the best part of learning in teaching. Next, student engagement. This is very important. Student engagement plays an important role, such as just as a teacher we are just keep on explaining to our students, they are just listening, listening. It's well and it's very well, it's going on. How far our students are responding, how far our students are responding, this we need to know as a teacher, this we need to find out as a teacher, that are everybody's engaging in the classroom or only few students are engaging in the classroom. Next, effective learning. Everybody need to interact with the teacher. It's not just only the teacher is saying, teacher is concentrating someone and others are just listening the class, and they are just not using the proper time in the proper way. They have to use the time in a proper way. Effective learning should be go on. Effective work should go on. Management. You can see in the picture as a teacher, see the things, what are the things the teacher has to manage. This all the things the teachers has to manage: plan, direct, control, produce. These are the things the teacher has to divide the plan, writing sessions, everything the teacher has to. Activities, make rules. The teacher can make the rules of the classroom. Every teacher is the leader, every teacher is the boss of the classroom. They can set their own rules, own responsibilities. Win-win contract, this is the new word for most of us. Win-win contract. Win, giving a honor and a role to a student. When we want our students to listen our class, to pay them attention, we have to give them a win-win contract. In the sense, we have to give them honor, we have to give them, you are supposed to be the today's leader, you are supposed the president of the class, you are supposed to be the monitor, you are supposed to be the great influencer, you are a role model. Something honor we have to give, we have to give some role, like you are English secretary member, you are the head boy of the girl, you are head boy of the class, you are a deputy head boy. Some roles, some badges we need to allot. So in this win-win contract, it influences the child mentality. According to the child psychology, when the students receive honors from the respective teachers, their way of listening, their way of doing the work will affects a lot. Next, positive language. Positive language. So positive language always reflects as a positive comments, like always motivating, encouraging, developing, etc. Next, negotiation. This is the very important point. Negotiation means praising in the public, admonish in private, keep flexibility. Means when we are pricing to our students, it should be in public, in front of all the students. When we are pricing our students, it affects them, it's very good, it's a good sign. When we are pricing them, when we are discouraging them in the public, it is not going to be good sign, because they might be thinking in other way. We can't develop a child, we can't cope up, we can't show some influence in the child by criticizing them in such kind of way. So we should avoid such kind of pricing, discouraging our students in front of audience. Retaliation, we have to avoid the retaliation. Retaliation is giving a back answers to the teachers. We need to avoid these things also. Appreciation, thinking and appreciation. Appreciation is always be the good thing of a golden word of a teaching field, which every teacher needs to appreciation. Generate new ideas and accept novelty. Be innovative. Welcome ideas. Always in the classroom, we need to welcome our students with a different sign. As in some of the schools, in some of the states, the beginning of the class, early morning, the teacher used to welcome them with giving the hand, giving thumbs up, hugging them by just giving it innovatively. They will welcome the students. These all are the different things of efficient classroom management. We can inculcate all these things in our teaching style. Establishing the standards of good behavior, we can establish a good standards. Like as a teacher we are always a role model. As a teacher we are always a role model. We always need to think that whatever we teachers will say to our students, they are just blindly followers. They are just blindly followers. They always feel that my teachers are my everything, usually. So we need to inculcate such things in our students. Ethics, morals, good behavior, these all are the plays an important role. Because what the child is learning in the school, the same the child will going and doing at the home. If we teacher inculcate the good behavior at school, it's obviously it's be a positivity in the student's life. We have to be their role model in their life. Activities, as I already told you, the activity also plays a key role. Working in groups, breakout rooms. As we know, sometimes we are having the classes online sessions, Zoom and everything, Google Meets and everything. We have to divide our students while conducting the activities. Mostly I'm saying about online classes. We can divide them into rooms like a group discussions. Divide few of the students. If there are 20 members in a classroom, divide into 4 members for 5 groups. 5 fours are 20. So what happened, they will have a discussion. Any, give them any problematic situation, give them any critical thinking question, give them any higher order thinking question. While they are in the group, whatever they are discussing, the answers will be in the group. So when coming to their turn, they can share the ideas. Every group is having their own idea. In the group, if there are 4 members, everybody will try to present their own answer. So together there is will be group leader, group assigner. You can allot a different roles. Group leader, time management, resource keeper, etc. Many roles we can assign to the team members, so that everybody is a role model. Here we are concentrating each and everyone. We are not leaving any of our child. We are not leaving any of the child. We are concentrating on each and every child here in this phase. Sharing situation, according to the situation they will share their views. Challenges, they'll face a different type of a challenges. Next, solution, they'll find out the solution also. Share your manager tips, strategies to classroom management. Think, pair and share. Make rules, as I already informed you, as I already instructed you. Share responsibility, win-win contract, positive language, delegate responsibilities. Examples of good rules and bad rules. These are the very good rules. Complicated assignments on time. Bring paper, pencil, books to the class. Sit in your seat unless you have permission to leave it. You have to give this good rules to your students. Do what your teacher says immediately. That means following the teacher's instructions. Raise your hand and wait for your permission to speak. Work when you're supposed to. Do not hurt others. Do not disturb others. Wait for your turns. Keep handles, feeds, objects to yourself. Bring books. Take care of your all resources. This is the important thing where everyone has to concentrate. Facilitators, you have to be as a good responsible, good citizen. You have to pay attention. Be ready to learn. Demonstrate respect for others rights. If your friend is saying one thing, usually when two friends are there in the classroom, usually one friend will say that he is or she is right, the other person will say that he or she is right. So in this place a teacher has to demonstrate them which is right and which is wrong, rather than showing he is or she is right. Understand the situation, coordinate with the students, and try to get the proper answer for them. We should not hurt their feelings. Respect each other's right, each other's choice and option and opinion. Treat school properly, appropriately, do your best, take care of your materials, be kind, which is very important, and be polite with everyone. Asking the questions, these are the very important role. Ask questions. After completion of the lesson plan, these asking questions plays a key role. Alter alertness, CCQs, game-based questions, interactions, confidence, communication. In these type of questions, in whenever we are asking these type of a questions, obviously the child will keep on thinking. Child will keep on thinking. Negotiation, I already have informed you, discussed it with you. Praising in the public is the number one thing. Admonition private, when we are giving any warning, when we are giving anything, some negative comment on a student, to develop them in academic wise on personal behavior, we have to give them, call them personally, and private we need to discuss with them rather than demonstrating in public. It's keep flexibility. Make your child and teacher relationship as very flexible, so that they all can easily can interrupt you, so that they easily come and they can communicate with you. It should not be like my child student shouldn't feel that no, my teacher, I'm not flexible, I'm not comfortable with my teacher, so it's very difficult for me. Rather than like that, give them a flexibility to talk to you. Appreciation, expand the ratio of expiration, increase the ratios of expiration. Appreciation with a smile invites reputation. Whenever you are giving appreciation, stars, badges, roles, smileys and etc., these give them a repetitive answers, these inculcate them, this influences the child mentality a lot. It motivates the student in overall areas. It increase their graph of confidence. Usually when we smile and speak something with others, when we have something negative thought, whenever we are smiling, it shows pleasant not only for us, for the others, those who are listening, for them also it creates a positivity. Innovation, these generate new ideas in your teaching life innovatively. Welcome learner ideas, design discussion boards, bulletin boards. As in a primary level, bulletin boards plays a key role. As I said, audio visuals also plays an important thing. Audio visuals, whatever task today class has been done, assign to your students to prepare some chart, graph, drawing, art and craft work. Inculcate all these new ideas in your teaching style. Whenever you are doing to do so, the next day when you're bringing what the child will bring, paste it on a bulletin board. When you're pasting on your bulletin board, obviously every child will look that one. You're going to prize the student in front of the public, you're going to give them a star. This can make the other students to increasement. You can increase our students such way. Discussion boards, make think tanks for your class. The noise meter, this is a new innovative teaching style which I have gone through. The noise meter, establishing the standards of good behavior. Role model, like we can see the noises: 0, 1, 2 and 3, no noises. When we feel our students are making no noise, we can turn our meter to 0. Yes, you got a 0 meter. So you're not making a noise. You're making a noise, buddy, your noises. So you got a 1. Next, table voices, 2. Next, the noise meter, they look at the students. Students will look at this noise meter. They can understand the work accordingly. When a teacher is starting a lesson plan, he's very busy in the class. When we feel our students are disturbing, when we feel our students are distracted from something, just show your answer through the noise meter, so they'll work accordingly. Yes, we got 2, so we are making some noise. 3, classroom noises. 0, okay, no noise, we are in very good condition. So with the noise meter, the students, we teachers can assess the students behavior. Next, multiply your knowledge, delegate, make learning pods. So, whatever we are learning, we have to multiply our knowledge. Means when we are sharing a topic, a discussion is going on a particular topic. If you feel after explaining the topic, we are unable, we are not satisfied much that our students has gained a lot. So, at that moment, we need to add something extra and innovative way. We need to share them the same topic in a different way, so that for the child it's easy to understand. In the second method, make learning pods. Encourage students to have the discussions when they train according to learning part. Encourage the students to have the discussions when they are discussing on particular topic. It gives another level of learning. Next, learning agency. Engage every student. Here, the teacher needs to give complete responsibility to the students, not punishments, only rewards. Engage every student. Here, the teacher has to allot some particular rules, regulations of the classroom to the students. Think and reflect. This is teacher's reflection, judging by own performances. Next, these are the six key points of a teaching, leadership teaching or teacher leadership qualities: affect learning environment, personalized learning, community, critical reflection, and the growth. These all are the six key points of a teaching. We have to go through all this, like when we are sharing a topic, when we're sharing in our classroom any topic, we have to follow the learning environment, like as I have discussed it, the seating arrangements and everything. Personalized learning, the according to the topic, which topic needs some special extra effort, we have to think that one. Community, like some topics while coming to science and social, we feel that some regarding the religions, customs and traditions, at that moment the child shouldn't feel that, oh, this is not my religion, this is something bias, something diversity, something partiality, they shouldn't feel. So the teacher has to keep this all the points in the mind. They should not have such kind of things in their mind, such kind of thoughts they should not share with anyone. They should We should teach them in a positive way, because today's learners are going to be tomorrow the bright futures. Critical reflection, what the teacher is trying to show to the students in the 45 minutes of a class, it's going to reflect on the life, the growth and development of the child also, we have to think. Seven roles of a good teacher. Every teacher meant to be a good teacher. There is no bad teacher. The roles: learning mediator, designer, learning programs, materials in the sense resources, what the teacher need to carry. Usually in the primary field, for the little kids, toddlers, primary kids, we need to carry the resources such as flashcards, bulletin boards, colorful art and crafts, designs, flowers, colorful charts, and everything, just to grab their attention. Leader, administrator, manager. A teacher also has to act as a leader, as the administrator. The teacher also has to administrate everything, every corner of the classroom. He or she is also the manager. Scholar, researcher, a lifelong learning student. A teacher is always. Next, what is triple D? Triple D. Triple D stands for Data Driven Districts Program Background. The Triple D program aims to support improved learner outcomes through increased quality, availability, analysis, and the use of educational data. Through the online sessions, this Triple D has been abbreviated. It means to inculcate something, quality and quantity of education, to improve the knowledge through the online basis. We have used this word Triple D. What are the four pillars of teaching? Four pillars of teaching. Pillars in the sense, without the pillar a house won't stand, a building or a villa won't stand. Pillars are the important part in teaching. It means to core curriculum, as its core should be restructured or repacked around the four pillars of learning: learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. They have to learn to know something. They should learn to do something, because they are learning, because they have to live the life. They are learning together, they are not learning individually. So these are the important thing a child should know. Every child should know. The teacher has to should teach the child that they are learning to learn something. They want to do something in their life, they want to achieve something in their life. For that reason they have to learn. So for that reason the teacher needs to teach. Not only teaching education reflects, it also reflects their ethics, morals, good values, behavior. This all comes to be the part of the teaching. Next, three C's of classroom management: connection, consistency, and compassion. These three is the important part of the classroom management. Next, What are the five C's of classrooms of a teacher? Collaboration means working together, communication, which is very important because when we are not talking or interacting with others, our knowledge can't be shared with others. Next, creativity in the sense thinking in a different way, not from the box, out of the box. Next, critical and computational thinking, like logical and reasoning, to improve their mindset into great learning. Looking back and looking forward. Thinking about today's class, reflect on the class as a whole, record your class to watch critically. A teacher needs to look backward and look forward. This is the important part. After completion of the class, a teacher need to reflect themselves. When I am presenting my class, I usually think my class that what I have presented, what my students have gained from my class. I will look backside. Reflect on a class as a whole. What I have done today in my class are what my students are gaining through my sessions. What are the key points of the sessions? And record your class. If it's possible, a mentor or a teacher should always record the class to know how to work on the future, looking forward and looking backward. Not punishments but rewards. We can see that only the heart symbol, home in learners' hearts, be their teammates. A teacher needs to keep this things words in the mind. It teaches always learner hearts. The teammate increase the rewards, decrease consequences and punishment. So now let's go to the another important session of the teacher efficient management, that is positive classroom culture. Supportive, these are the words when positivity means this all things we teacher needs to get into our mind: welcoming, caring, risk, adaptable, respectful, collaborative, flexible, communication, light-hearted, patience, encouraging. These are all the things. Trust. Walk into any truly excellent school and you can feel it almost immediately. A calm, orderly atmosphere that hums with an exciting, vibrant sense of purposefulness. Just under the surface, students carry themselves with the poise and confidence. School culture, the hidden curriculum. What is positive classroom culture? It involves safe environment where all the students should feel safe. They should be involved in all the areas. It should be spacious. Everyone should accept. It should not be like some students may not accept. Well, the changing from one school to another school, the child, it's difficult for the child to adopt the teacher, that atmosphere, the friends, and everything. So we teacher need to keep this all things in our mind, and we need to make them feel comfortable. Students should be comfortable with sharing how they feel, and teachers should be willing to take it in help to improve learning. The teacher also should be taking a positive note when the child is bringing with some particular concerns or they want to share them, and teachers also should be always flexible with the students. Significance of positive classroom culture is welcoming, safe foundation for better learning. Students do not feel like they belong. They can prove to be major hindrance to the education. A positive classroom culture empowers students to be part of their own learning experience and take responsibility. Negative classroom. Here we need to think once again. Negative classroom environments are not conducive for learning, whether they are results of bullies or teachers. Bullies in the sense criticizing, insulting, or something. You should not insult them, criticize them about their language, about their culture, tradition, customs, their color, creed, or anything. We should not be. Teachers and students both contribute to a classroom's culture. It's not only the students, even teachers also part of a classroom culture behavior. Sometimes we teachers sometimes we will be always in a positive way. We may interrupt with our students, we may inculcate, coordinate with the students. But sometimes there might be some students that by knowingly or unknowingly they can't present themselves in proper way. They want to say one thing but they have delivered in another way. It reflects to negative management, it reflects to negative classroom culture. But not only a teacher, even students are also responsible for negative classroom. So we need to think on this and we need to work on this. But teachers are ultimately responsible for making it a place where students feel supported, safe, and willing to share their ideas. You have to know your students' presence. Is it a green, orange, or red? Are they really smiling? Are their students are really comfortable with us? Or simply they are just enacting like as they are comfortable? So we need to find out this. As a teacher, we have to identify the individualized student program. Positive culture versus toxic culture. Positive culture, here in a positive they will share widely, they will share their ideas. In toxic, something lagging, something they are unable to present their idea, they are unable to present the purpose, the main purpose. Next, in positive, norms of conditions of learning and improvement. In toxic, norms that reinforce interior or resistance to change. In positive, collaborative relationships. In negative, collaboration is totally restricted. In collaboration, in the sense, as I already told you, the working with together with the group work. Okay, they always work with everybody, whoever be their group mate, whoever be their person. They should have some collaboration with each other. They should have some coordination with each other. When we are restricting such kind of things, we are restricting some good culture, we are restricting some good content, good sharing knowledge with others. Our knowledge, whatever we have learned, we are not sharing with others. When you're not discussing with others, it cannot be spread. It's lead to a negative culture. Reflection, inquiry, and sharing of best practices is always reflects to a positive culture. Negative staff cookies that works against building relationships. Backbiting and saying negativity about others, commenting on others. This all reflects negative comments. According to the Deal and Peterson, research suggests that fostering effort and productivity, improving collegial and collaborative activities that in turn promote better communication and problem solving. This is Mr. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He's Mr. Abraham Maslow. Maybe you all have heard this one. This person, he's saying us very clearly about psychology. He's a good psychologist and positivity human qualities person. In 1954, he started creating this pyramid. Okay, he's just explaining about the human needs and the theories of the person or child, what they need. Psychology, human psychology: breathing, food, water, sleep, sex, home, faster, excretion. This is psychological fact. Safety, according to Maslow, safety is security of body, having the job, resources, morality, education, family, and property. Next, love, belonging. They should have the kids, family, intimacy, sexual relationships, everything they should have in their love life. Esteem, self esteem, confidence, achievement, respecting of others, respect by others. It is called as self esteem. Last one, self actualization, which is truth fact, mortality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. Acceptance of facts. If somebody is saying something to us, we should have the acceptance mentality. We should accept the thing, we should accept the reality that yes, I need to work on it. Next, empathy perspective talking. I think many of them can understand by seeing this picture. Empathy perspective taking, it's like a, yes, you're exactly correct what you're thinking, that there are two people are in this picture. One person is watching from others scope telescope, and other person is watching from their other telescope. It means judging others and giving the comments. That means I am seeing the world, I am seeing a thing in my point of view, it's different, and you are thinking from your point of it's different. Sympathy always reflects to be just by giving the comments, just by giving the comments. We will never think when we are passing a comment, we never think that what other person might would feel. We have to think about that. Empathy always understanding the other's emotions. Empathy is always reflects to understanding others emotions. Okay, they are expressing in such kind of way, so they might understood like that, their situation is like that. We have to understand their emotions, understand their feelings, their opinion. We should respect their judgment. So that reflects as empathy. Whereas sympathy is just only giving a comments, this is wrong, this is right, you are wrong, you're totally not correct at this point of view. Such type of a comments. Mental well-being of a teacher. Your mental well-being of a teacher reflects children's mental health, and teachers mental health go hand in hand. You can't improve one without tackling the other. Our mental health is depends on our own hands. We can see the picture of a hands. Yet the picture of a hand reflects that our mental health is depends in our hands on. Self criticism, self compassion, self management toolkit, compartmentalize, deep breathing exercises, exercise, nutrition, and having good food, physical fitness, visualization for grounding. These things will inculcate a good positivity in our life, and our mental health will be improved. When we are healthy and good, then we can be present ourselves good way. Strategies to have positive classroom culture. Setting rules together. Always way children free to themselves does not mean there aren't any good ground rules in place. Students should feel safe and respected, and the framework around that will help them to do so. Encourage them to think for themselves. Always motivate your students to do good things. Encourage them. Encourage their own creativity and thoughts. Ask the children the rules. What did they understand finally? Set their own communication, try to communicate as much as you can. Mental well-being of a learner, this is the very important part. Sometimes while we are presenting them in the classrooms, or sometimes we will miss our mental health, we'll miss our safety, our inclusion. No, when our mental health is good in condition, we can present everything is good in condition. When we are happy, we can always give happiness to others. Safety, value, inclusion, ability to understand the problem, courage to express, self protection, and self love. Strategies to pave positive classroom culture. Turn problems into teachable moments. Every facilitator, teacher needs to keep this in their mind. Turn your problems into teachable moments. Too many problems we see as setback of some sort. Instead of viewing as giving comments or building some negative thoughts on that, try to take a positive spin and get students interested in taking the steps to solve it. Make your students or make ourselves uh, to do something positively, to do something in a good way with a good hope. This not only develops their problem solving skills but also team working skills, their group discussions, such as group discussions. They develop their team working with the team, and so vital in the classroom. Strategies to pave positive classroom culture. Chat with each student individually. You chat with each student personally, go each and every child, talk to the child and interact with the child, and make take their words. A teacher is or should always a good listener. A teacher should always have a good listener qualities. Find the time to have a casual chat with the students individually, see how they are doing and what they are doing. If you find they are struggling with something in particular, whether it is a certain subject or a personal strength with other students, then work out together how the problem can be solved. Develop their team building skills. When you are developing the team building skills, they will try to find out the solutions. Also use this opportunity to get some feedback the student about being at school. Feedback also plays an important role in the teaching. Feedback reflects what we have done, how much we have done, on what way we have done. When we are getting the feedback, we will come to know, we will come to assess ourselves very easily. That as I said in the beginning in the PPT, that presents students present happy, sad, or very sad. So it reflects the teacher's thinking also. What do they like the most, what they do not like, and how does it make them feel while we are taking the feedbacks. This all things, this all answers we will come to know. I hope you enjoyed my sessions. I hope you learned something through my sessions. Thank you.
Thanks, Gagan.
Thank you, ma'am. It has been very informative for us and also for our participants. Ma'am, it's time for our quiz competition. After quiz competition, we come back again. in our question answer session. So you have to wait for few minutes. Dear participant, to join our quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. After a short video, we will start our quiz competition. Mhm. Dear participant, to join our quiz competition, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will be directly printed on certificates. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz competition certificate. Already 26 people join with us. We will start our quiz competition after 3 minutes. So let's mention your friend to join our quiz competition. Dear participant, to join our quiz competition, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly printed on certificate. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz competition certificate. We will start our quiz competition after 2 minutes. So let's mention your friend to join our quiz competition. Already 33 people joined with us. Dear participant, to join our quiz competition, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will be directly printed on certificates. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz certificates. We will start our quiz competition after 1 minute, so please mention your friend to join our quiz competition. Already 36 people join with us for our quiz session, so please mention your friend so that they can join with us for our quiz session. Okay, let's start our quiz session. Our first question is positive classroom management. Option 1, Bricures. Option 2, Jones. Positive classroom management. Option 1, Bricures. Option 2, Jones. And right answer is option 2, Jones is, and 53% people are right here. In the leaderboard, we can see that Miseli is holding the first position. Okay, our second question is classroom management encompasses option 1, three components, option 2, what are components? Option 1, three components, option 2, what are components? Okay, the right answer is three components, and 97% people are right here. In the leaderboard, we can see that Rafael is holding the first position. Our third question is teachers who are effective at classroom management experience what benefits? Option 1, lower classroom disruption, lower student achievement. Option 2, fewer classroom disruption and higher student achievement. Okay, option 2, fewer classroom disruption, higher student achievement is the right answer. And 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Michelle again holding the first position after completing our third question. Oh, our fourth question is classroom management and discipline are the same. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Classroom management and discipline are the same. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 false is the right answer, and 35% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Germaline is holding the first position. Our fifth question is classroom management works because it creates consistently. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Classroom management works because it creates consistency. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer, and 98% people are right here. In the leaderboard, we can see that Jimalin is holding the first position. Our sixth question is one important area in classroom management might be option 1 with itness for teachers' ability to be viewed as a cool teacher. Option 2 monitoring as a process of observing and redirecting behaviors. Option 2, monitoring as a process of observing and redirecting behaviors is the right answer, and 84% people are right here. Okay, in the leaderboard, we can see that Evelyn is holding the first position after completing our sixth question. We are going for our seventh question. Translation might be a classroom management problem because of all of the following aspects. Option 1, student attention may decrease. Option 2, there's just enough time to move. Option 2, there's just enough time to move with the right answer, and 31% people are right here. In the leaderboard, we can see that Jimelin is holding the first position. Our eighth question is, a new teacher having difficulty with classroom management should try Option 1, cooperative learning. Option 2, hands-on learning. Option 1, cooperative learning. Option 2, hands-on learning. Option 2, hands-on learning is the right answer, and 34% people are right here. Okay, in the leaderboard, we can see that Leah is holding the first position after completing our eighth question. Our ninth question is, which of the following statement is not true about effective classroom management? Option 1, management involves procedures focused on how students work. Option 2, classroom management promotes complaints. Option 2, classroom management promotes complaints is the right answer, and 77% people are right here. Okay, in the leaderboard, Jarmelin is holding the first position. Our last question for this quiz session. The picture is an example of which kind of classroom management plan? Option 1, behavior modification. Option 2, choice theory. Option 1, behavior modification is the right answer, and 54% people are right here. Okay, in the leaderboard, we can see that Germany is holding the first position. In second position is Leah, third position Joel, fourth position Kimwe, and fifth position is Chatterin. Congratulations, top 10 quiz competition winner. We have all of your name which you entered during joining. We will pick and prepare certificate and we'll post them on our official Facebook page and group. Our official Facebook page is Institute of Global Professional. Dear participant, after a short video, we will start our question answer session. So let's enjoy our question answer session. Dear participant, you are requested to ask your question in the comment box. Our speaker ma'am is here to reply them. Welcome back, ma'am. Okay. Our first question is from Flami. Good day, ma'am. Why is learning autonomy important? Ma'am, we cannot hear you.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day.
Sorry for interruption. So the question is learner autonomy. You're asking about learner autonomy. Learner autonomy always reflects the making the child to feel their own interpreted answers, like making their own answership. Like it turns just to create them self motivation. We will encourage in learner autonomy the child to speak by themselves, the child to think in their own way, the child to answer in the own way rather than disclosing the answers directly to the students. We will motivate or we will encourage the students to um, answer in their own way. Means we are inculcating some new innovative skills, critical thinking and logical thinking skills, ma'am. Here they will feel their own ownership. They will feel, the child will feel their own ownership. It helps them to develop the sense of responsibility and self motivation actually. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your answer. Our second question is from Jordan. Good day, ma'am. Why is it important for a teacher to have good leadership traits?
Yes. Yes, sir. Good day, sir. Jordan, sir, good day. Good leadership traits in the sense, leadership is always the person who always shows the way, who always teaches us in the correct way. He always guides us and teaches in good things. When a teacher is showing us a good things, is a good leadership qualities, having initiation of everything, changing something, taking any decision, instead of thinking that whether to ask someone, whether to get the approval someone, if they're taking the charge of the particular things, so what is going to happen? We always feel that, we always says that, our elders will always says that we should not we should do the things when we have to do, we should not delay the things, we should not postpone the things for a last moment. So when we are having a leadership qualities, we should have the initiation of taking our own charge, of taking a positive way. Today in my class, I have decided that I'm going to take a new lesson plan. In this lesson plan, what is in the book or curriculum which I'm not following, apart from that I'm adding some more extra activity, just to take a leadership quality, just to I am sure that if I take this leadership quality, my students will learn something better, my students will learn something, more knowledge, something they can achieve something more in their life, they can get something extra content, extra knowledge, extra subject from that. So for their better growth and development, a teacher should have a good leadership traits actually. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Uh, our next question is from Isha. Ma'am Mohammed, how is hand-on learning different from cooperative learning?
Yes, ma'am. Hands-on learning reflects to as the learning which we are learning through, some learning is going through the online, some learning is going through the boards, chalkboards, markers. We are writing something on the board. That learning reflects to the hands-on learning. Whereas cooperative learning reflects to as the coordination, collaboration, something a group work and teamwork. Here hands-on learning reflects to as only book education, whatever is there in the textbook or the book, grammar book, and whatever resources we are having, a single book. We are teachers, some teachers we go through that one, they'll express their knowledge on the board, like a written part, something hands-on learning. Whereas cooperative learning reflects to as something like a teamwork, a group work, activity, collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question. Our next question is from Kalamansia. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. What are the elements of effective pedagogy?
Okay. Yes, sir. Pedagogy, in the sense, it reflects to as the teaching psychology, human psychology of the students, like they're understanding their psychology on all areas. When we are entering into the classroom, we won't feel, should not think that every child is in the same way of receiving. Every child is having a different way of receiving. What the teacher is sharing to them, what the teacher is explaining to them, they are going to take them in a different way, basing on their thoughts and perceptions, basing on the general experiences what they are going through. So at that time we have to understand their mentality, as we are having the one of the part, pedagogy is one of the subject in education system. So we have to understand the psychology, the effective pedagogy influences the children to improve the communication skills. First thing what I suggest is communication skills is the important part in teaching, so that we should make our child to communicate with others. So when our pedagogy, when the way we are teaching to the students, when it is effective, so obviously they will feel to interact with us, they will be very flexible with us to communicate. So effective pedagogy is very important in their element to grow up. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is from Nat Sadi. In classroom management, how can we help the slow learners or hyper student?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. This is very good question actually. Classroom management, usually we face this thing actually in our students. Some are very hyper students, hyperactive students. We will have one will be very slow learners. I personally suggest and I personally follow the same thing. Those who are very active, hyperactive. So I will design activity basing on their students level. Like I'll prepare one, two, three extra activities, and I will have some extra works. Those who will complete their activities very fast, who are those are very good in that, either we can give them some extra work, or we can allot them those who have not done, those who are struggling to do with the activity, we can allot them for them. So they will go and they will help to the student, those who are lagging, those who are struggling. Yes, we have to plan our activity in such kind, so that every child will be very active to take in the classroom. Like it should be interactive session. The activity should be such as circle time. Circle time is the very important thing in primary level. So circle time is the place where every child will come forward and every child will present their ideas. They have their own opinions which they will present with everybody. Under circle time, we teachers should not check their efficiency, check their perfection. We should appraise them, we should prize them that what they are learning. So we need to control, we need to give such activities, such extra works to the hyper students. While comparing to the slow learners, we should not anytime we should not say that you are slow or you are hyper student. We should give some extra task for them. But slow learners, we have to design our plan basing on the toppers, middle students, and slow learners. Basic on this, we have to design our lesson plan and activities. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is from Dr. Raj Narayan uh, from India. Respected ma'am, should the teacher change the seating plan of student frequency?
Good afternoon, sir. It's a good question. Sir, I personally suggest that the students' frequency seating plan, it affects in their learning environment also, as the learning environment plays a key role in teaching, because while the child is sitting continuously in the same place, the child also should have the adopt the responsibility, should adopt the different changes. While the child is growing up, they can't be in his fixed mindset that this is my place, this I'm going to sit in this place, I am the owner of this place. We should adopt our student, we should convince our students to change it to different places. Frequency in the sense that I won't suggest every day to change the place. Weekly once, round table seating, squares table seating, semicircle table seating, as I have said, different types of seating frequencies. So basing on that, we should suggest our students to change in that way. Yes, it affects our teaching plan when they are changing the places. Sometimes some students will say that, sir or ma'am, I can't see the board from here, I can't listen anything from here, please I want to sit that place. Yes, it should be like we are listening to our students, we are trying to understand their situations, we are trying to understand their problems, what they're going through, and we are changing the places. So they should think that yes, my teacher is observing me in all areas, in overall areas. So this is a good thing actually. We need to change, not daily basis, but at least weekly once we need to change the places actually. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Our another question is from Ivan. What pedagogical method is effective for a student to learn?
Yes. What pedagogical method is effective to students to learn? There are many methods, ma'am. As I've said in the PPTs, many methods. The first method which I've learning student agency method. Learning student agency method reflects as in that under subdivision is sympathy and empathy perspective of talking, like understanding the students answer from their point of view rather than judging our students that you are wrong, this is injustice, this is error, this is totally mistake, rather than judging in empathy way. Try to solve the issue, try to understand in empathy and sympathy perspective of taking. I will suggest in this method, just try to understand their answers. Like for example, when answer is there with critical question, when asking critical question, hot higher order thinking questions, one child will give one answer and other child is going to give another way of answer. It doesn't mean that both of them, one of the student is completely correct. That child's perception thinking is different and this child perception of thinking is different. So empathy perspective taking is the best pedagogical method, ma'am. So I suggest to give the chance, understand the students, don't judge them by their answers, try to understand from their perspective of thinking. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your answer. I think, ma'am, there is no more question from our participants. On behalf of IGP, thank you so much, ma'am. It was very a wonderful session. I hope everyone can learn from your presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a very great pleasure to be the part of IGP, and it's wonderful. And thanks to you also, ma'am, that to hosting us for the session. It's a great day actually. Once again, I'll thank to all the organizers of IGP. This is a third time I'm giving the presentation in IGP. This is the wonderful platform for all of us so that we can share our knowledge. This is a platform where from corners of our India, corners of our other countries, total worldwide, this is the platform where we are coming forward. We are sharing the knowledge. So it's not like qualified or the less qualified or more qualified. Everybody is getting the opportunity here to present themselves, to share their knowledge. And you people are also hosting us, are guiding us, suggesting us on all areas before starting the session, which is very good, ma'am. I'm very thankful from the bottom of my heart to all the IGP users. Please continue this process like this only, so that we all can learn so much from this association organization. Thank you so much once again for this opportunity, ma'am. And
Thank
thank you
you,
to the
ma'am. Have a good
audience.
day.
Thank you to the audience.